What is up, everybody? Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you might be on this fine day in the world. I say fine day, but it's going to hell in a handbasket. But we're not here for that. We're here for other things, like D&D. Our own world is going to hell in a handbasket now. Shit has begun to hit the fan in a pretty catastrophic way. I'm excited to see where things go. But I want to say huge thank you to all the homies in chat. Ryan, thank you for the raid. As usual, you beautiful, beautiful man. I can hear myself in the background because I raided it on your stream, and I hate that. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. It's another of the Cauldron Chronicles. I'm very excited about today. We've had to put it off for a few weeks because work's been just insane. But we're back, and the goal is to keep this as consistent as possible. It's a little hard while I'm on call with work, but we're managing. We're getting by as we need to. No new updates as things go. We still got the awesome merch on sale in the store if anyone wants to check that out. There's some cool shit in there. We got stickers, we got hats. Other than that, we got a potential evil character, or in this world there's a lot of morally gray, but potential just spin-off one-shot coming off of our D&D stream. Now it's too far the other way, but either way. So keep an ear out for that. We're going to be inviting some wonderful, wonderful people to join us one day on stream and get it all together. We've already talked about it a little bit when I was guesting on B&B, so hopefully sooner or later we're going to be able to make it happen. Because it'd be wonderful to have all of the folks from over there on here. I've been kind of putting off running the spin-offs for a while because shit been busy, but I'd really like to get on it sooner than later. Also, big thank you again to Stormy for having Ryan and I on yesterday with Tark and Kieran for an extremely fun undead 3-shot, I guess we're calling it, where we all got to play our best undead selves. I was rocking Bonesy Jonesy, the skeletal bard. I had a great time. I don't think I've enjoyed playing a character that much in a little while, so that was kind of sweet. So thank you again for having us. If y'all haven't already, I think my shout out thing's working. Yeah, shout out button's working. Go show some love to Stormy. Absolutely deserves it. Hell of a DM, and it was a hell of a session. I'm sure you'll be able to catch the VOD or the YouTube of it very, very soon. Keep an eye out. That being said, if you missed the first one, you got 2 more to look forward to. We're doing it every other Sunday. I believe the next one is the 29th? It is, yeah. So the 29th. That sounds right. 29th of June. It's a Sunday. It's in the afternoon. You can catch us then. It's going to be great. What's up, Mama Bear? Thank you for the biddies. Here to watch you play. What's up? That is an adorable little emote. I love it. Tilgung with the prime subby.
It's my daughter.
I love it.
It's my son-daughter. I call them my solder.
Well, speaking of having children, can everyone in chat, this is a beautiful segue, give a big congratulations to Tilgung, who's just had a baby with his wife.
Hey!
Huge news. They sent me the picture at like 11:30 the other night. We're all so happy for you over here. Hopefully you can get the kid into D&D eventually.
Happy Father's Day, Tilgung!
Also, if you call it your daughter or son, you could call it your dung.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
My solder dung.
Prepare to think of newborns as level 0s.
There you go. That's actually really good. 5 days old. Thank you. Congrats, buddy. Couldn't be happy for you. When we went to high school together, I could see it. You know, that guy's going to be a dad someday. He's going to be the most Italian dad to ever live. It's going to be great. Super happy for you, though, man. Yeah. Other than that, I believe that is all the big announcements for today. We got new baby. We got new streams. We got new D&D stuff. It's very exciting. So I've got my head around it. I'm sure you're still catching up on sleep, so take your time on that. Yeah, it's probably quite a big adjustment having a tiny human living in your house. I can only imagine.
And it looks like you.
That's the crazy part. Yeah, it does. Looks like a 30-plus-year-old Italian man. Not at all. It's one of the cutest babies I have ever seen.
Was the gabagool?
That motherfucker living in your house, you better be paying rent.
Yeah, time to pay up. But yeah, thank you everyone else for coming in. Schism, I see you. Rusty Renegade, our master of weather checks, is in the chat as per usual. I'm sure we'll see some fun from that. But I believe that is it for thank yous, congratulations, and updates. So while we got a second, I'm going to open the floor up to the folks beneath me here, all these lovely, lovely souls, and give them just a chance to say hello and whatever they feel like is on their mind. Doesn't even have to be stream related. Just give us some good shit. Dusty, what's up with you?
Oh, I was not mentally prepared.
You're just,
As you can see, still in the same spot, unfortunately. Still looking around. Working on the Sleeping Sun cover from Nightwish.
Nice.
First recording wasn't something I was overly happy with. Not terrible, just not what I want. So,
There's always room
still
for
working on
improvement.
that. And then, just living life.
There you go. Living life. Shout out living life. Crazy time to be alive. Ryan, what's going on with you? I know you've had an exciting few days at the Purple House. You're coming off of straight day. How was that? How was straight
It was
day?
amazing. Halfway through Pride, y'all. Y'all been dealing with us for a while. I thought you needed a break, so we did some sports. I really enjoyed NHL more than I thought I would.
I knew
It
you
was
would.
wild.
It's in your
I
blood.
didn't think I would
That's
like
amazing.
it, but I did. I really did. NHL 2001 on the PS1. It was so fun.
Yeah.
Did some bass hunting. Didn't catch a single one. It's really great.
Yeah,
Drank a
close.
lot of beer. I'm kind of hungover today. Mama Bear, yeah, it was Mama Bear's voting that got NHL on there, and I'm very happy because it was the best game of the night. Other than that, we're doing a lot of Warcraft and Minecraft as usual, playing a lot of retro games as usual. Starting on the 24th, next Tuesday, we're doing Rainbow Week. So starting on Tuesday, we're doing Red Day. We're gonna have Orange Day after that, Yellow Day. So we'll be playing red games, orange games, yellow games. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. I gotta remember to talk to you about Orange Day, Rusty. I remember to send you a message.
What if you can plan it on a day I have off? I'll happily join you in some shenanigans.
Oh yes. Oh yes. There's no one saying that it's my rainbow. I can do it. It doesn't have to be Roy G. Biv. It can be Rabagivagoy.
Giveaway. I like that.
Rabagivagoy.
Wait, you said next week that's happening?
Yeah, but last 7 days of Pride, we're gonna do
Okay.
7-day rainbow.
I think I'm
Make your,
off that weekend. Yeah, because
Ooh,
we're
perfect.
D&Ding on the 29th, so I'm definitely off on the 28th. So if you want to make something happen, we can do Orange Day on that Saturday. or some shit. We'll make
Gotta
it
make
work.
your rainbow out of really obscure colors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chris and I were
Teal.
gonna camp again, but as you know,
Black,
anytime we try to camp,
Less
it
black.
rains.
gray, light gray, lighter gray, lightest gray, and
Mhm.
white. That's my rainbow. Because
Right.
that's how I feel
I
inside.
was gonna say you might just be colorblind, but that's okay. We accept you nonetheless.
It's got dog vision.
Oh, it's been fun. It's been fun times with all sorts of colors, but you know, if you're a little colorblind, there's nothing wrong with that either. What does this look like to you? Go fast now.
Half of a circle.
Accurate.
My favorite color.
Periwinkle, razzmatazz, and ginger line. Yes. Shout out Periwinkle.
Go.
Don't forget
I love it.
aubergine.
Aubergine. Yes, you can't forget aubergine.
Christmas.
Last but not least, Chris, what do you got going on? Anything you want to say to the people on this fine day?
No, not a whole lot. Just that Ryan, I played NHL 2001 when I was 8 years old, like so much. It was great.
It's a
brings
fun
back fond
game.
memories.
It's wild.
Yep.
They have fighting in it.
Yep.
Yeah, it was
I
good.
remember specifically just like going up and targeting people and just spamming the one button, just going knocking them out.
Every time. What's up, babe? Thanks for the subby. 32 months.
Kayla!
Back memories. That was
That's
good.
wild. Wild
32
32
Play
months.
D&D.
I appreciate you, babe. Thank you so much. I love you. Hope you're having a good one. I'm excited for D&D too. It's been a long 3 weeks. There's a lot going on.
We both.
Your boy was on call.
32 months.
There's a lot of you who have been
Oh my
subbed
God.
for a very long time, and I love all of you for it. You're wonderful, wonderful human beings. Thank you for making me feel so happy, accepted, and welcome. I know I'm not streaming as much these days, but I do miss you guys a lot. It's just hard to make it all work with work being the way it is. I might even start doing like 1 a.m. streams at this point, because I kind of miss just getting on here and shooting the shit with people. So
Yes, the Swedish people love it when we do that.
that's true. We got to be considerate to the other time zones.
It's
If
true.
I go at
They
midnight,
love
it's
it.
like it's fucking like just barely past 8 p.m. on the West Coast, so I can capture the West Coast crew and get the 4 a.m. folks in Europe and shit.
Yep.
Yep.
You got the DGen hour
night
on the West
walkers.
Coast and the morning folks on the other side. It's
You
great.
just gotta balance. You just gotta balance it well. So keep an eye out for that. Those will very much be surprise streams, but I'm gonna try to get back to them pretty soon here.
Sounds like my sleep schedule is gonna be fucked.
And you don't have to be there. You're free to come and hang out and chat, but don't suffer for it. It's not your fault I'm nocturnal. Comes with working until
JT's
midnight.
like, yes, I do.
I will be there for every single one. But yeah, thank you guys so much. With all of that wonderful stuff being said, and again, thank you all for the subbies. Y'all the best. Let's get back into D&D, because it's been a little while since we took a visit to the Isle of Vorosia. So welcome back, everybody. When last the party left off, they had just returned to Fort Mistmere to find their former colleague and recent friend, Gustav Kitzler, waiting for them. You joined forces once more after saving your druid. Eventually made your way out to the TS, or the TTS Viren, the trading ship Viren, docked in the port out here at Fort Mistmere in the safety of Rook's Bay, quarantined from the rest of the town. As it turns out, the same plague that had afflicted Veit had also spread into other regions and seemingly had begun to affect sailors traveling on the seas. Thank you for the advantage, Soph. I appreciate it. And as you guys made your way out there, a small fight ensued in which you were all relatively successful in overcoming your enemies. After disposing of the bodies in some rather shark-infested waters, you left Gustav Kitzler to his clerical ways, I guess we'll call them, and made your way back to shore. You eventually traveled to your home, where you found Ashlyn waiting for you, your kind of live-in carpenter / employee / housekeeper, and she had discussed that, surprisingly, this large woman, Olga, formerly played by Ryan, had been dropped more or less on the front stoop of the house, and they were now currently sharing a room, as there are very limited, places to sleep in the home currently. Might have to look into that. A small bit of chatting ensued. You gave Ashlyn an official tour of your secret basement, in which the generator for your home is located, and then you all split off to end the night in whichever way you see fit. Veit kind of just checked the sturdiness of the house and the storm that was currently going around, making sure there were all the windows and everything were boarded up appropriately before going to bed. Xechas, you took some time to work on the handle of Veit new axe, the one you had previously forged for him, and unfortunately were unable to make any major advances in your project, but not without a sizable amount of work putting in. You've decided, I believe at the end of last session, it's likely you're going to have to spend some more time on it. But, and not to end things off, or not to skip anything, Dusty, you had a little bit of a heart-to-heart with Violet about how you saw yourself as her protector, and she very much saw herself as yours. It was also revealed to you that on occasion she had been known to sneak out of the house or in whatever village you were staying in, and feast on the local pet population from time to time, only when things were desperate, and specifically stray cats. But you kind of took a parenting moment there, and instructed Violet what the proper things to eat and when and where it is appropriate to eat them, and then settled the night with a bowl of stew, and got some sleep in your usual spot. The following morning, you are all awakening to the sound of the sun just casually kind of coming up, breaking through the gray clouds in the morning ever so slightly to kind of form beams of light through the small gaps in the wooden panels you've nailed up over the windows, as is customary at night here on Vorosia, even when there is not a winter gale blowing in off the shores. You listen, and hears or sounds like the winds have mostly subsided outside. There's still the occasional kick up of a breeze, but as far as you can tell, the storm has more or less rolled past over during the night. And you all find yourselves awakening on what appears to be a fairly decent morning here on the Isle of Voros, or Vorosia. What would you like to do with your day?
think Dusty's gonna wake up. He's gonna get Violet up. And for the most part, he's gonna kind of just prepare to go on like a little hunting excursion. Go check his traps and whatnot he has around.
Sounds good. Okay. That'll be simple. Roll me a survival check just to not only go over or remember where you place the traps, but kind of look for different animal trails and stuff while you're out there. You got this. This is your thing. 21. That's good. You do manage to go check a couple of your snares and the different traps you've set out. You do find a rabbit caught in one of the snares that you set out previously. Seemingly having been there for a little while, has already kind of frozen somewhat. So definitely needs some thawing out on that one, but it appears like you have caught at least one rabbit. You don't find anything else in your traps, but you do find a number of fresh animal tracks around just the forest that surrounds your abode here on the island. Looks like an abundance of deer. You see a couple fox prints in the snow as well. Some other rabbit tracks. Just your usual small game. And deer.
Okay. I'm going to... Specifically, let me read through this again.
Mm-hmm.
So while tracking creatures, I learned the exact number, sizes, and how long it came through. How many deer do I get?
So based on the tracks you're reading, you'd say there was a group of probably 5 deer, kind of making their way through just over the course of the last few days in this area. It's hard to kind of pick out specific times. It doesn't look like they were all traveling together, but it looks like maybe a group of 2 and then another group of 3 followed a number of days later. For foxes, it looks like there's just 1 or 2 sets of tracks. Could even be from the same fox, so guessing just 1 there. And then other than that, you don't really find anything else of value.
All right. The ones that look, if possible, the ones that look freshest, I would probably follow to see if I could find something other than just a rabbit. Okay. But if I don't find anything, I would probably just turn back.
Are you sneaking?
Yeah, so I can move at a normal pace while stealth.
Mm-hmm. In the forest. What's up, Purple Dreamer? Welcome in.
So,
Violet is with you as well, or is she in your pack?
She'd be in the pack.
Okay. Ooh, thank you for the follow.
Not phenomenal.
So as you're kind of making your way through the forest, you hear what sounds like a twig kind of snapping a little further off in the trees, and you kind of pull your musket out and begin to approach ever as you do so. And as you're making your way, you step on a dried branch that had kind of just frozen in the snow, and it cracks under your feet, and then you hear the sound of hooves just breaking away and running off into the forest. With your perception or passive being as it is, you do catch the sight of about 3 deer just kind of all running away from the direction where you produce the sound, and they are within range.
I'll take a shot at one.
Okay.
Good to go.
All right. It's going to be a little bit of a difficult shot. They're running through like tree to tree, just through partial cover. So say I have a +2 to their AC.
Got it.
Let me pull up a
fuck
deer
me
stat
now.
block.
I don't know if it matters.
Fuck me now.
I wonder if a 26 will hit this deer with an AC of 13.
15.
Yeah, 15. True.
Sure.
So you kind of raise your musket, lock your sights on what appears to be the largest one. Looks like a buck, although a fairly young one. Not a lot of points on the horns at this point, but big enough to at least feed you and your crew for a number of days. And as you fire, the shot just rings out through the forest. And both of you at the house hear this as well, just kind of in the distance, the crack of a single musket shot going off, and can do with that information what you will when we come back to you. But Dusty, your shot just flies through the trees, and you see as the deer's kind of jumping over a fallen log, it just kind of gets hit in the side, and there's a bright spray of red against the snow, and you see the body just collapse behind the log, and you kind of lose sight of it there. But you do hear what appears to be the sounds of the deer passing fairly quickly.
I'll head towards it. Taking rope out of my bag.
Hmm.
I should have once again.
Did you bring your hunting sled, which is at your house, I'm guessing? I assume you bring that on hunting trips these days.
Yeah, anytime I go out hunting, just to carry anything in the traps, I would have it with me.
Yep.
Specifically, I'm gonna tie the rope to the sled, and then I'm gonna have Violet get out.
She hops out and she gives like a big
sled.
stretch, stretches her back legs out, kind of arches her back. And shakes off. You hear the kind of familiar clinking of the amethyst spines that run down her back as she does so.
Alright, I'm gonna drag this onto the sled. I'm gonna need you to pull the sled back to the house.
Okay, you're speaking in Draconic, I'm guessing, at that point.
Yeah.
She eagerly responds right away. She says, sure. Yeah, I think I can do that. Probably easier for me than you, eh?
Unfortunately, yes. I am not the strongest.
That's okay, you have the gun. We talked about this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alright, and she goes over, puts the rope in her mouth. She's like, okay! Where am I going?
Just follow. Back to the house. When we get back, you can have the rabbit.
This, for the first time, has mimicry. There's mimics everywhere around their house. All the time. Mimic DM, oh no. So Violet kind of bounds through the forest after you, the sled kind of bouncing along behind her as she does, kind of hitting off occasional trees and frozen rocks that are sticking out with just caps of ice on them. But she does get the sled and the prey, or the prey upon it, back to the house with relative ease, and you find yourself now with a buck and a single rabbit.
I'm gonna pull it over towards probably my target area. Unfortunately, we don't have a designated skinning area currently.
We do not have a butchering area at the moment.
We could if we wanted.
Maybe something to look into. But yes, you figure the tables by where you usually set up your rounds and everything you're going to be using during your marksman training would probably be as suitable a place as any. You can just haul it over, lug it onto the thing. Violet looks at the rabbit eagerly. Kind of nods her head towards you.
It's a little bit frozen, but I don't think that'll be an issue for you.
That's okay. She just runs over to it, grabs it with her mouth, and like flips it into the air and just catches it whole, swallows it in one bite.
Alright, well, I assume your stomach can digest those bones just fine. Mine would be in shambles, but fair enough.
Well, if it can't, we're gonna know about it.
You're gonna know about it.
Yeah.
He's gonna start, I guess, gutting the deer on the table.
Okay. Be
He'll
another
work out
survival
a
check.
fucking hanging spot later.
Fair enough. Yeah, one more survival check to do that. And as Violet's kind of like watching you do this, she kind of eagerly waits for you to toss the organs and whatnot to her, all the stuff you're not going to use, just waiting for scraps. Easily enough with a 16. You managed to skin the deer fairly easily. Oh, we got to hydrate. Thank you. Hydrate with Rockstar. It counts.
Same.
By the time you're done, you have a very well-skinned deer. It looks like you were able to do so without damaging the hide whatsoever. You kind of gut the deer and feed all the innards to Violet as you go about your business. She eagerly eats most of it up, eventually kind of stopping when she's full and kind of just stretches out and lays down under the table a little bit where there's less of the snow and waits for you to finish what you're doing. But I'd say it takes you probably the better part of an hour by the time you're done. But you have a fully skinned deer, and I'd probably say... What would a decent amount? A decent haul of meat from a deer be? Google is my friend.
Maybe like 100 libas.
Yeah, it would be about 100 pounds. So you just have on these tables spread out 100 pounds of various different cuts of deer. Or venison, I guess.
Alright. By the time done, just start carrying it inside while the others start waking up.
Okay. You bring your first run inside and then come back out and you see Violet just climbing on the table a little bit, trying to get at one of the pieces that you left out and weren't able to bring inside all in one go. Rip Bambi. Oh, sorry, babe. Rough times. You see Violet, yeah, just kind of climbing, trying to nag or snag a piece that's left over on the table. She sees you when you come out and she's like, just kind of looks at you.
I don't know. Kinda already ate a whole bunch.
It's a little more? Well, a little more be okay.
You know we need this.
What are you gonna do with 100 pounds of meat? That's
a
more
good
meat than you
wild
got on
worth of
your
shit.
bones.
Alright, you can have, like, the haunch part of it, I guess.
She immediately jumps up on the table and again tosses the piece into the air, lets it flip, grabs it in her teeth, kind of whips it around a little bit, and more or less swallows that piece whole.
At this rate, you're gonna be far too large, far too fast.
Yeah, I'm not fitting in the bag as good these days. It's kind of uncomfortable. What's up,
Yeah,
Dustin?
we'll
Welcome in.
have to figure something else.
Okay, so as you finish just bringing the different meat inside, storing it however you need to, we will move on to the other two, Xechas and Carl. What are you getting up to?
So after not having a great time working on the axe handle until like midnight, I finally gave up and took my 4 hours of not sleep, and got back up right at 4 a.m. And I'm basically just going to restart.
Okay, get some morning work done
Yeah.
on the axe. All right. So remind me again what we were doing to it exactly.
Well, the handle, I kind of butchered it. I kind of fucked it up. So I think what I'm going to do... I don't really have any lumber readily available, so I'm gonna go talk to Olga to see if we can go out into the woods and if she can help me source a particularly nice looking handle for an axe.
Okay. Olga is kind of more or less still resting in what was once your room before you gave it up to Ashlyn, so you
Right.
kind of go over and just lightly knock on the door and hear if anyone's awake. And you just hear the sound of one gargantuan woman snoring inside.
Right.
And then just followed by much lighter breaths, which you gather likely belong to Ashlyn. You don't hear any response from inside as it is 4 a.m.
Right. Okay. In that case, I will... I think I'm pretty much done with the axe head. There's not really much else I could do for that. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just take out like a long piece of cloth and I'm gonna secure it nice and taut and I'm gonna draw a design for the handle that I want.
Okay.
I'll take the time until they wake up doing that.
Interesting. They roll me a performance check, but using your dexterity and proficiency, because you're proficient in woodworking,
okay.
so I would take the designing into that.
Okay, so 2 to this then.
Sure. Axe turned into a mimic. Mimics everywhere.
And then I
Welcome
will
in,
use
Professor.
my
How
knowledge
you
from a
doing?
past life as well.
Okay.
Aw, boo. 14.
I'd say 14 is enough
Not
to
terrible.
accurately design whatever it is you're trying to design. What does it look like?
So the axe head is like it's big for me, but it's like a normal good sized axe head for Fight Carl to be like a nice wieldable two-hand. So basically, I don't know what color it's going to be yet, but I want to have it basically be sort of a little bit curved at the bottom with a nice flare, and then come up to kind of like a point in the middle, and then flare back up towards the top, and then widen out at the top. So, instead of just going like straight like up like that, it has just one part where it points out and then goes back up.
Okay. I'll get you to sketch that
if you
out for
kinda
me
get
later,
what
just
I'm
so I
saying,
get
yeah.
a visual of it. Just a sketch on
Yeah,
paper
I'll
when
give
you get
you
a second. But
Yeah, me too. That sounds cool.
I can gather enough to make a check for it. That would basically just be, are you trying to make it tonight, or are you just focused on the design?
For now, I'll just focus on the design.
What's up, Brad? Welcome in. Cool. I would
I'll
say
ask
you have
Olga for some
a
help when we have time.
very accurate, very to scale drawing of what you're trying to accomplish with both the handle and the axe head itself. Excuse me.
Kind of Nordic, but more like I want to take sort of the flow of the tattoos that I saw on the other Goliath and work it into just a similar type of flow for that similar type of tattoo.
Okay, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay. You have a very, very well drawn, very well thought out to scale design in your head and on paper, ready to go.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll take that, roll it up, and then put it in my bag of holding.
Okay, sounds good. So I guess we're gonna time jump to when I'd say Vitcarl, or not Vitcarl, Xechas, by the time you're done with your designing and everything, you hear what appears to be Dusty and Violet leaving for the morning and stepping out into the whatever lies beyond. So while you're working, you can gather, it's safe to assume, based on Dusty's routine, that is the most likely scenario. Vitcarl, what are you doing this morning as you wake up? Sorry for the coughing. My throat is dry as balls right now.
Mine too. It's the weather.
It's rough, dude. It's so fucking hot in here.
Oh, it's bad. I got the AC running constantly.
I don't have AC. I have a foam pod.
Baby! Oh my god, we gotta figure that out.
Put a vent in the top.
Yeah. With icicles.
If y'all were around last summer-ish in the stream, you'll remember that I had a giant open spot behind me that had an AC. It is not there currently. I'm dying.
I'm dying.
Next stream's gonna be a shirtless one, guys. Nips for everybody.
Nude stream.
We're all nips out.
Do you want this little fan?
No, I'm
4
good.
pairs of nips.
I will survive.
I will survive. And but is the cliff face that we have there right next to the house, is that open to the ocean?
Yeah, that looks right into Rook's Bay. In fact, when you're standing on the highest point of it, you can literally see Fort Mistmere in the distance.
Fabulous.
On days where the mists are not as present as they generally seem to be. 41 months, JT. Jesus Christ. Thank you for the sub.
Yeah, I didn't realize my resub was up.
Jesus God.
Until I got an ad, and then I was like, why the fuck am I seeing it?
Oh no.
5th Twitch baby. Oh my god. So many babies.
So many babies to work in the mines. I mean, to have and to hold and to love.
They yearn for the mines. It's fine.
It's where the kids want to go. It's what they want. I'm gonna just sit on the cliffside, kind of, crisscross applesauce, real early, as soon as the crows are thinking of shitting, and I'm just gonna kind of try and connect with the ocean best I can. And
okay.
Yeah, I've been having moments with the ocean. I turned into an octopus the other day, and I didn't know what that felt like. It was weird but cool. So I'm going to go ahead and try and just get oceany best I can. Feel the mist.
We're getting oceany. Roll me a nature check, please.
Get moist.
I'm gonna get so moist with it.
I hate you guys.
Okay, 16.
Okay. You kind of just sit there with your feet dangling over the cliff a little bit, looking out onto the waters of Rook's Bay below and the kind of rocky shore that awaits far, far beneath you at the base of this cliff. The waves are kind of just lightly lapping up against the rocks, and as you kind of sit there and breathe, you find your breathing falling into rhythm with the sound of the waves crashing, and you kind of settle into this moment of peace. Where you're kind of attuning with the sea and the different things you've seen there over the course of the last little bit between the sharks the other day turning into an octopus and everything else. You begin to kind of feel a deeper connection with the ocean, which is not something you, as a druid who grew up in the deep deep forests of Felorune have ever really got to experience before. And for the first time in this campaign, really, you take some time to just be with the ocean itself and kind of connect with the creatures within. And even as you're kind of reaching out, just feeling, you can kind of sense the myriad of creatures that wait in the dark waters below, both good and bad. As you sit there kind of concentrating, your concentration is split as the gunshot rings out from the forest behind you while Dusty is hunting. Kind of snapping you away from the moment a little bit.
Interesting. Okay.
You can all hit the long rest button if you haven't by now, by the way.
Oh, beautiful. Oh.
Oh.
Is this cliff face like is it stark? An absolute stark drop?
Yeah. Pretty steep.
Okay.
Like you see parts that are a little smoother than others that kind of ramp down a little bit, but it looks like at one point this, or at least over the course of the last many millions of years, this bay has just slowly eroded out of softer rock, leaving the hard cliffs on either side of Rook's Bay. It's about a 40-foot drop. 50 at its highest.
I take a step back, take a step back, take a step back. Oh, even I'm not that stupid. And I just start walking back towards the house.
Fair enough.
Whoop.
Okay, so you return to the house, I'd say. More or less around the same point, you see Dusty and Violet kind of bounding out of the woods. Violet tugging this large sleigh, which appears to have a decently sized deer on it. Just a fairly well-sized buck that looks like Dusty has managed to catch in the morning.
Good job. Jeez, that is huge. Okay.
Yeah,
Hey.
it's all right.
Food for a while. Here, let me help. And I'm just going to kind of grab it away from Violet. It's like, you do enough, young one.
Okay. You kind of help Dusty as Dusty brings it over to the tables in the shooting range and begins preparing it. And you get to witness all of the Violet tearing away at the rabbit and feasting on the other various parts of this deer that Dusty feeds to her.
Very visceral. Wow.
It's a lot cleaner this way than to let it just sit around.
Yeah, true. You don't like to watch how the hot dog's made, right? But you gotta know. Oh, that ripping noise. Whoa.
You hear a
Yeah, it
loud
gets a little
crunching sound.
Oh, God. Nope, it's good to know.
Are you gonna be all right?
I think so. We're not eating it today. I don't think I can eat it today. Tomorrow, maybe.
All right, because this part's about to be rough. He
Oh,
slides the knife down as he starts cutting.
Oh, have mercy on my soul! Ooh. Oh,
You just hear a squelching noise.
oh. It's worse with my eyes closed. My imagination's so much worse. Okay.
You see Violet just dive into a pile of entrails and just kind of go nuts with it.
Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. With your whole hand.
Zehas, while you're just scooping it out. Zehas, while all this is going on, you do hear the sounds of what appears to be the bedroom door of Ashlyn opening, and you see her kind of stepping out, stretching a little bit as she steps out, looks around, sees the other doors have been opened, and kind of looks into your workshop and sees you working. She's, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, it was a long night. I thought the house was going to blow down a couple times.
Oh, well, seems that you've done a more than adequate job of rebuilding and fortifying it.
Well, we all did that together, remember? Have they
Yes.
started on breakfast yet?
I'm not sure. I heard a gunshot not that long ago out in the forest, and I think they may be back, perhaps preparing whatever they've found.
Oh, well, I'm gonna go get the.
and I
I'm
No, I
gonna
don't
get the
smell
oven
anything.
heated up. Okay. Oh. She kind of just like sleepily wanders into the kitchen. You kind of just continue going about your business. You see she's left the door open, and you do hear the sounds of what you can guess is Olga kind of moving around in the room too, as the floor creaks as she steps down onto the wooden boards and kind of makes her way around the room.
It's gonna go over to the bookshelf and just pick up a random book, start reading it while I wait for her.
Okay, roll me a d20.
Okay.
Cool. 14. You find a book describing the different varieties of insects that can commonly be found on the Isle of Vorosia, ranging from anything from simple mosquitoes, pine beetles, and the like, to much more nefarious creatures that likely dwell deep within the caverns and in the stone and earth far below the surface here.
Interesting. Is there anything in there that mentions any plague-carrying insects by any chance?
Roll me an investigation check if we're going to delve deeper into the book a little bit.
I've forgotten how to read.
You kind of scroll through and like you're looking, and you do see a few mentions of like insects that you know for a fact can carry
Mosquitoes.
different diseases like mosquitoes, black flies, and the like. You do see a couple times mentioned that play areas with more sickness tend to draw more of these flies, and you can kind of tell a little bit based on what region you're going into, but you don't get any specifics like getting bit by this bug will guaranteed get you sick type thing. It seems like more of a
And
cursory
nothing
level.
unusual.
No, I mean,
Gotcha.
yeah, I mean, it covers the various underdark creatures, some of which you're probably reading about from the first, for the first times, things like Kruthix, different kind of insectoid-like creatures that live below, giant centipedes and the like.
Gets the shivers at the giant centipedes. Closes the book.
As you're finishing the book, you see Olga kind of making her way out of the bedroom as well. She's still wearing her lumberjack's clothing, but it appears to be somewhat cleaner than before. Very much like Ryan's wearing right now. So it looks like she at least changed at one point, and her clothes were washed before you got here.
So, good morning, Olga.
Oh, yes, hello.
I was hoping for some help at some point. I've made a bit of a butchery of the axe handle that belongs to Vite Coral, and I was hoping that if you would help me find a replacement.
Oh, you've damaged his axe. How will you find a husband with a damaged axe? I figure
don't know.
everybody looking for a husband like Olga.
I haven't thought about it much, to be honest.
Think a little more before you damage somebody's axe.
To be fair, I did make it in the first place.
Oh, that's fair. What can Olga do for you?
Well, as a lumberjack, I would guess that you know what makes a good axe, and I definitely need a new handle. So
I do know my wood.
excellent.
Thanks, babe.
If anytime you have help, if you're able to help me, just go into the woods and find a suitable axe handle.
Oh,
I
say
have
no
sort of a
more.
design in
Olga,
mind.
help! Olga, help! She goes into her room and just slings her massive axe over her shoulder, like immediately. Like, you want this lady to chop some wood? That's your girl. She just beelines for the front door. Back in a minute. Hopefully, find wife.
Okay. And he'll speed up behind her.
Oh, you
awkwardly.
you follow? You follow Olga?
If you don't mind.
Olga work best alone.
Oh, okay. Okay, yes, I trust you.
Faster this way, and
also-
she just bounds off towards the forest while you're still trying to talk to her.
Okay.
Yell it!
Oh, I wanted to show you the design. Just really quickly.
Turns around and runs back over
He's
to
already,
you.
He's got it unfurled already.
Oh, that's nice. Olga like. Oh, you find wife with that. You find wife with X. I find. Yeah, I saw enough of it to get the gist. She turns and bounds off towards the forest, and for a rather large, muscular woman, she just disappears into the woods fairly quickly and is just out of sight before you can even do anything about it. Ryan.
Thank you.
Do you have Olga's character sheet handy?
I believe so.
If you can get it, and just roll me a couple survival checks. Just one, really.
Boop, boop, boop.
And roll it with advantage, because this is a DM roll. And I have 2 advantages saved up.
Yes.
I have so many things open, if I open any more, I'm running the risk of crashing, so I'm just passing the buck a little
don't even
bit.
worry. The number of times people be like, look at this video, and I'm like, do you want my stream to crash, or what?
It is not a
what was it again?
Unfortunate. Survival.
Survival.
Followed by a strength check, please. It does,
10.
yeah. 10, okay.
Nice.
With
the
it's gonna
advantage,
take,
right?
yes, with advantage because of DM roll.
Oh,
I have 2 gift of advantages loaded.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Come on, Olga. Come on, darling.
Olga struggle. Olga struggle.
You're fucking nailing it, by the way. Oh my god.
I practiced.
Well, I'm in love with it. What was the other one you wanted?
Just strength. Just straight up strength attack. Or strength check.
Strength check. Go.
Because she will find...
Okay.
Okay. She wanders. I guess none of you get to be party to this, but Xechas, you're kind of sitting at the house, and you're like, she said she'd be right back. And then, like, maybe an hour goes by. At a certain point, Ashlyn comes out of the kitchen. There's breakfast ready if anyone wants it. It's nothing fancy, but it's something. Have you seen Olga? She said she would come help me with the cooking.
Oh, she said she asked her for some help with something, and she said she would be right back, but she's not been right back.
She is easily distracted, it seems. I'm sure she's fine. She's very, hardy, capable woman. There's some food in here. I know you don't usually eat all that much, but if you want to let the others know that there's breakfast, just a little bacon, some bread, some leftover stew.
Yes, I think they're outside. Yes, I'll go let them know.
Perfect, thank you. And maybe have a look for Olga while you're out there.
Yes, definitely at this point.
Okay. So you make your way outside.
Oh,
what do you?
outside,
Okay. You see Dusty and Vite Carl kind of standing together as Dusty is just casually gutting the fuck out of this deer and feeding the pieces to Violet.
Is that the result of that gunshot that I heard earlier?
Yep. That'll be it.
Well done. It's quite catch.
Back up. This is the splash zone.
Little bit of blood never hurt anybody now.
That's true. Oh my god, the whole back leg. Oh.
He's gonna look over towards Vite Carl. Someone's got it. All right.
Exactly. Yeah. I need to watch this happen. I'm watching the hot dog get made, Xechas, and it's kind of disconcerting, but I think it's necessary.
Hot. What is a hot dog?
Oh, it's this great thing. It's kind of like a sausage, but smaller and cheaper. They make them in the big city.
Oh, interesting. Makes sense.
Yeah. Out of cow anus. Can you believe it? It's insane.
Xechas dry heaves.
Anyways. Now you know how I feel. It's like that. Yes.
Now seems like a good time to say that breakfast is ready. Ashley cooked up some food.
I hope there's
seen
bacon.
Olga come back recently.
Where did she go?
Well, I asked her for a favor, and she said she would be right back, and it's been over an hour now. She went out into the woods.
She seems like the kind of woman you could ask her for her left leg, and she'd give you both.
I mean, yes, it was quite rather a simple favor, though, and I'm a little bit worried that she's gotten lost.
Well, you needed something like in the forest? What in the forest did you need?
Lumber. And
oh, well, no one else better to ask, right?
Exactly, that's what I thought.
Well,
Yeah.
we could definitely get out there and look.
If you give me like 20 more minutes, I'll have this wrapped up, and I can go track her massive fucking footprints.
It's kind of hard
Well,
to
sure. And
That would be much appreciated, thank you.
well, hey, you stay here for now and finish this up, and I'll go scout ahead as a wolf. As the winter wolf. Perfect. And
Not
I
a
might
bad idea.
even find her even quicker. Maybe you won't even have to leave. We'll try. I'll try going ahead, and if I find anything scary, I'll come right back. Whoop.
If you're a wolf, try getting a sniff of maybe her shirt that she was wearing yesterday, so you can track her scent.
Oh, good idea. I should go get the shirt first. I don't want to be a wolf
Yes.
running, bounding through the house. Not
That
again.
might startle Ashland.
Yeah. Bad for the baby. Whoop.
Oh
I'm
yes.
gonna go into her room and just try to grab, like, anything that looks vaguely lesbian.
This plaid.
This plaid. Yeah, I was gonna say all the.
Happy Pride Month, everybody!
You go over to what
That's right, he's
appears.
wearing a plaid.
You go
He could have
over.
said lumberjack.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
coulda
lumber-
said
no, he went
anything.
lesbian. To be fair, she was very much designed lesbian coded. Okay, it's
That
Pride
was
Month.
like the first note I had for her was like, she's a lesbian!
Makes sense. It works. It works for Olga. You do find her
Good.
pack, which has her scent on it, a number of clothes, and her where she slept in the bed. Also, obviously, smells very much like her.
Perfect, perfect.
Gay mentioned.
Gay mentioned!
Welcome to the party.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab like any like shirt or anything like that, bring it outside, kind of get on all fours, bury my face in it, and it seems very strange doing it as a person, but as I'm sniffing, I'm just like, with each sniff, I'm becoming more like a wolf, more white, more fur, until I'm a giant white winter wolf. And I'm gonna go bounding out.
Roll me a survival check with advantage because you have her scent. How I got a mosquito bite? Fuck. It's fine.
God
I
damn.
got one inside
that
at
ain't
work
bad.
today. I was so mad.
They get
Oh, I
it.
hate
They
the
get in
inside ones.
fucking everywhere. It's the
Whoop,
worst.
18.
18. Okay. It's easy enough to do. Not only do you have her scent, but her footprints are huge. So is she. She's a very large, buff, muscular woman. And you can clearly see where she has just trundled through the fucking undergrowth. And just like there's almost like not quite a cartoonish cutout of a massive woman kind of in the forest, but you can see a clear path that she took, and it is very easy to follow it. And you notice the path starts kind of just going in random direction, like she looped back, crossed over, it looks like if you had to guess, she was looking for something. And after about 10 minutes or so, weather check, roll me a D100, please.
Oh, there it is. I've been waiting for it.
Okay, so as you're kind of making your way through the forest, you do see the snow beginning to lightly pick up again. It's nothing like it was the previous day. If it was 7 higher, it would be. But not quite a blizzard, but like a nice snowfall kind of drifting in on the wind, fairly large snowflakes, and you feel the cold kind of blowing with the wind, and it seems like it is going to be a fairly common winter day here on Vorosia. And you eventually, after probably about 10-15 minutes or so of following this meandering all over the place path that the lady took, you do find Olga standing in a clearing looking so frustrated. She's frazzled. You can tell she's like put her hands in her hair and kind of just like held her head a couple times. It's kind of sticking out. She looks quite frustrated.
And just a hand
Olga
punches out of the
turns
chest.
with the axe. Monster! Forest monster, come for Olga!
A hand punches through the chest, and then a hand, and then like, was it Ace Ventura style? Just everything's fine. Everything's fine. You'll be fine, dear.
Okay, hold up. Do you still have Olga's sheet up?
Oh yeah.
Roll me a wisdom save, also with advantage,
Uh-oh.
because I have one in the bank.
That's 8 and
Come on, roll high.
3.
She immediately panics and throws the axe towards you. I guess I'm gonna have to open up her sheet after all.
Oh!
Ryan, throw an axe at yourself.
Ryan.
This will be the first time a character of mine ever killed a character of mine. This is great.
This is 20 hit you, and we're gonna say
yes!
I'm gonna use your wolf AC for this anyway.
In either one, either form. 20?
She screams and like is about to throw the great axe, and then realizes she has a throwing axe on her hip anyway. She just grabs it and like left hand throws it towards you perfectly.
Yes.
And as you're kind of pulling out of the chest of this wolf, the axe just sunk right into your shoulder.
No!
Forest demon!
Dude, I'm not a demon, you great lumbering fool! Duh.
Hey, what? You scared Olga?
That's, oh my god, that's as easy as breathing air with you, honestly. Jesus
I'm sorry.
criminy.
It was scary time in the trees. I lost Bob. Forest
Which
demons.
one was Bob?
You were unconscious. I forgive you for forgetting Bob.
Was he an important one to you? I know you lost a few of your friends.
Yes, Bob was important to Olga.
Okay, I'll...
She kind of calms
fine,
down a
it's
little.
fine.
She realizes. They told me you could turn into animal.
Yes,
They didn't tell me it
mentioned
looked like that.
I can turn into many animals, and I heard that you like bears, was it?
Yes, you were not bear. You were giant wolf.
I was giant wolf, that's right, and...
You know the bear?
Well, this could go very poorly. I'm going to kind of like do a little bit of a somersault thing, kind of a cartwheel somersault, and as I'm doing it, I kind of mush into a big flabby ball of mush and then burst forward as a bear, just...
Bear! Mr. Bear! She just runs towards you, arms open. Just bear hug.
I'm just gonna nuzzle up to her.
Throws you right in it, starts scritching the chin. You didn't tell me you were here the whole time, Mr. Bear. Hmm. She just holds you tight. I guess does she speak bear? Don't think she does.
She has to speak with animals.
Okay, that's actually true. She's gonna cast that. Oh, she has that at will too. Love that.
Yeah,
so
baby.
she casts a quick spell on herself. You didn't tell Olga you were a man traveling in disguise.
That's right, my dear. I am your friend, the bear.
Bear God, come to visit.
Bear... God, oh my...
Bear God.
Over...
She just hugs.
I'm in over
kind
my
of
head.
space.
Oh shit, I'm in over my head.
What is that you're saying?
I'm saying that... Hail me, Bear God!
She backs up and literally kneels in front of you and just puts her head down.
Oh no.
Bear God, thank you for coming to see me. It's been trying
You're
times. I lost Bob.
I saw... I'm sorry, my child. I was held back by... Kelemvor?
What a dick.
I know. Listen. Just make sure to stay calm and remember that
Olga, stay calm.
Bob,
Bob, yes. I
Bob
prayed about
is in
Bob
my-
many times.
yes, you did, and he is in my loving bear brace.
Oh, you found Bob?
I found Bob. He's here in bear heaven with me.
Roll me a fucking deception check right now, you motherfucker. What's up, Alice? Welcome.
Deception check.
It's like El Dorado.
Uh,
It is. We're traumatizing this poor woman.
It's
I will
giving
say,
El Dorado. Thank you.
Roll with advantage because you turned into a fucking bear in front of her, like the one creature she
Yes!
worships.
Oh, thank God. Whoop. Please, please, please. Okay, 12.
Also, you're the literal shyster deceiver of the party, and you have a -1 to deception.
What can I say? I never got good at it, but I never stopped me from trying.
Fair enough. I'll take that. I love that. So with a 12, I'm gonna say she believes you because of passive insights. Not. Oh, it's actually pretty good. All right, we're gonna roll for it. No, she believes you, just outright.
Yeah, good.
Okay, Olga, remain calm. Olga, remain calm.
Just be here with these wonderful people. They are good for you. And just remember, Bob. Yeah, hard stop.
Remember Bob. Never forget.
Yeah. Right. I'm gonna turn back into the other guy now. And that's just gotta be okay for you.
It's fine. Now I understand you are bear god inside Grey Man.
Sure. I love you.
Oh, Olga, love you, but I think I already found a wife.
Oh, of course. Right. Good luck with that. See you next time. And then...
Oh, you come back? Okay, Olga, wait.
Oh, fuck me. And there's just a hand reaches out of the eye socket of the bear, and then another one, and rips the bear apart as... Oh, what happened? What was that? That was wild.
The great bear spirit, it spoke through you.
Oh!
It speak to Olga.
You don't say.
I do say it speak to Olga, bear say.
Bears, of course. Hey, I don't know anything about any bear, but I know what's happening over there. And I point
What's over
towards the
there?
house.
Olga, look.
We're real worried about you back home, Olga. We, you know, when you say you're gonna go somewhere and it takes a while, people tend to worry.
Well, I thought I was only gone for 3 minutes. Olga can only count to 3.
It's one of those things. Okay, we're going to find you some sort of portable clock. Whoop.
What is clock? Oh, I'm not done. I'm looking.
For wood?
Pale man
I look around.
Pale man asked Olga to find stick with very specific shape. It was drawn on piece of paper. Very specific. Even had piece of metal on end like an axe.
Uh-oh. I got you. Oh, that's sweet of him. Okay. Well, as long as I know, don't go too far.
I cannot find anything that looks like that.
You know, even if you find something close, how about you find the best piece of wood you can that's sort of that shape? Maybe that would be enough, and you could whittle it, he could whittle it, we could find a way. Don't die in the woods.
Quite specific, he wanted this shape.
Okay, well, I'll help you then.
Oh, how help Olga?
Very good question. I am going to.
She did not understand that that was a sketch design of a finished product. She has been out here for an hour and a half looking for an axe handle or something as close to it as she can find. And you rolled really shitty on her survival check.
I kind of look at her, and I look at the now just like fizzling away a corpse of a bear behind me. And I go, well, 2 for 2. I know exactly what Xechas is looking for, because he's actually making it for me.
Oh, this is a gift? Oh, Olga spoiled surprise. Oh, no.
Oh, no. It's more of a commission. I asked him to do it.
Oh, okay.
So this is helping me in the long run. So really, I know I'm the customer, and the customer is always right. Physically made me sick to say that.
I know. You work in retail, you motherfucker.
my whole anus just went.
In matters of taste.
That's not what you want during Pride Month.
Thank
I'm just saying.
Thank you. Chris knows the rest of it. I start walking towards just like the first tree I see, and I point up to the very first branch that's like reachable by probably just her. And I
She's
go,
like 6'2".
that's one. Oh,
That-
perfect. Right.
You want that one? Do you want entire tree or just branch?
Just that branch should do. I'm like looking for one that would fit any axe handle. Even it probably needed some whittling of some kind. But
Okay.
I'm like, I need to get this woman out of the woods.
She trusts your judgment. She seems quite comfortable despite the cold and the storm, though. She's just out here in like her tank top plaid, just buff, muscly arms showing. Olga get. She takes her big two-handed great axe, kind of stands just under the tree. She's like, okay. And just one massive two-handed swing overhead. Whoop. Her 23. Okay, easily done.
At a breeze.
Yeah, that'll do it. And with one beautiful, perfect arc, she just shatters right through the end of the thing, kind of splitting it halfway, and then just forcing the axe the rest of the way through with sheer brute strength, and kind of breaks off the last little bit, and it falls to the snow at your
feet. Perfect. There we go.
You Olga find eventually.
Olga find eventually. As always, we can count on you.
Just like wife.
Pick up the stick. That's right, of course. Pick up the stick, dear. They're waiting for us. It's breakfast time.
Oh, Olga carry.
Olga carry.
She slings it over her shoulders. This is how Olga carried you.
Right. Sure. As she walks away, I'm just standing there just...
She just easily kind of walks through. She doesn't even try to avoid the smaller trees and branches. She kind of just steps through them, breaking the little tiny pine trees out of her way as she does so, kind of pushing through bushes.
Every single one. Wow.
Come on, Grey Man. Don't want to leave you behind.
Just waiting for you to clear the path. There we go.
There's path. Olga, make path.
Yes. 8 feet across. This is great. It's like a landing pad for boats.
You all arrive back at the house. Xechas and Vitecarl Xechas and Dusty would have gone in at this point, along with Violet, and you find them kind of just sitting around the table, enjoying what little bit of breakfast is provided to them. Violet's kind of curled up in the middle, as she has been known to do, kind of just to sleep, as everyone kind of enjoys their breakfast for the day. Ashlyn kind of sees you and Olga walk in. Oh, you found her.
She was looking very, very hard.
I scratched a bug bite. Ooh, the sting.
Oh, Olga.
Oh, ow.
I'm glad you're back.
You asked for very specific looking stick. It was hard to find. Olga could not find.
Oh, I guess I could have... Thank you so much. You did an amazing job. I really appreciate it.
Here you go. She just drops it on the table, and it's like a pretty decent-sized branch at this point. There's definitely more than enough for you to whittle down.
Excellent. Oh, this is fantastic. Thank you so much.
I nudge Olga and go like,
Olga did good. Olga did good.
Olga did very good.
Olga get breakfast. Olga just kind of makes her way into the kitchen, comes out with a bowl of stew. Just gives Ashlyn a thankful nod. Thank you.
Who told her feeding her was contingent on performance? That's brilliant. I mean...
I didn't tell her that. That would be wrong.
Exactly. Thank you, of course. Maybe a good motivator? No, never mind.
How about we just, feed the people who live here, like normal people, because they live here.
Because that's a good thing to do.
Because they contribute to the good of your company and, manage your household while you're away. Think all that firewood chopped itself?
Honestly, I kind of thought it did maybe for a minute. I don't think about that stuff. I was raised in the woods.
And,
what's up, Bren? Welcome in.
Now,
and Misty, hello.
Vitecarl, he points over to Olga. You see why I needed that fucking deer.
Yes, you did, and I'm very, very glad you did.
Ryan, you have disadvantage.
I don't think about other people. I love you, baby!
Fuck, that stinks.
Huh. Okay.
Violet, You know you're getting far too large to be in the center of the table, right?
Not yet.
Not yet.
You're getting real fucking close.
She's not
It's a
even
big
opening her
table,
eyes
but-
at this point. She's kind of got her head rested on her front claws, and she's kind of just like in full food coma mode. Look, I hear you, but I'm really comfortable right now.
All right, I'm letting you know we're gonna have to break this habit soon.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
We can always
Xechas.
reinforce the table.
True, we could do that. Won't help when she's, the entire size of the table, but
Or bigger.
It's a good point.
It's hot.
Xechas,
Yes.
is there a possible way I can get you to think up something where I can carry her a little easier from the bag? She's a little too large at this point. Keep putting her in the fucking backpack. You're the
I
only
think
one
I
I
could
know
work
that I
something
could
up, yes.
fucking.
Yes. Perhaps. Yeah. Yes, I think I could work something up. It would take a bit of time, but I might have to actually go ask for some help.
Oh, fair enough. We got quill and pen here, or paper.
Oh, yes. I'll pull them out of my bag of holding. Put them down for you.
Yeah, there's
Alright.
plenty of scrap paper and ink and quills around.
On the paper, you're gonna see Dusty write, "Dear Mason, Masons, Masons." I'm gonna write a letter to the fucking Mason company
To the respected members of Mason, and Masons. I love it.
to fucking commission or get the pricing of what a fucking lair the size of a small young dragon would cost me.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, you pen that out easily enough. You can read and write fairly well. And yeah, you just kind of seal it up. You guys don't have any kind of official seal or anything like that thought out yet. So something to think about there. You are an official company now. You're gonna need a seal sooner or later. You kind of just, at this point, roll the paper up, find a strand of string that you kind of peel off through a rope, kind of cut it and just tie it with that for now so it stays together, and you have yourself a fairly well-written letter to the members of Mason, and Masons inquiring about building a den for a small young dragon, or potential dragon. Drake, I believe was the word you used. But
Yeah.
cool. You just put that on your persons and keep that close for when you next make your way into the fort where you can send postage. Easily done. Anything else anyone would like to accomplish this morning?
Well, now that y'all are all awake, I
Mostly.
am going to. Well, you're gonna be awake soon enough.
Huh?
I'm gonna go get some practice. He leaves his musket next to his room and just grabs the flintlock pistol. Starts
Okay.
going out to the range with it.
Easily done.
Fireworks! Yay!
Ashlyn follows with your very old rudimentary musket I believe you've been allowing her to use in the meantime. I haven't really been practicing the last couple days, so if you don't mind, I'll come with you.
Sure, yeah. Maybe you can show me how much you've learned to hold on to the rifle.
Look, I got better. She's got a lot of kick.
Yeah, it does. As I said, mate, we could always try to get you one of these.
I like
As
this.
He holds the flintlock.
It's got a nice feel to it. I feel like it'll put a bigger hole in things if they decide to, mess around at the house or anything.
It will do that as long as your shots are.
Yeah, it'll help if I'm actually able to hit today, but we'll see.
Well, show me what you got.
Okay, well, I gotta
me what you
load it
got.
first. I don't keep it loaded. That would be unsafe, right? That's what you taught me. So she spent some time trying to
See?
load it herself. And, where you are very well trained to the point that loading these things takes an unreasonably short amount of time for realism's sake. Though I do believe you have repeating shot on there now. Oh no, it's just a +1.
Next level.
Next level, perfect. So she takes her time to reload. It takes her probably a good 30-40 seconds at that point, and then she raises the gun or the musket to her shoulder, kind of takes aim as best she can with it, and you see her tense for just a moment before she pulls the trigger, and then she pulls. And let's see if we are hitting anything today. Doesn't have a high dex, she only has a +2. No, she just fire, and you watch as like a chunk of stone comes out of the stone fence behind the targets, just like a musket ball sized piece of stone, just kind of chips away. Okay, I told you it's been a few days.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just warm up. That's what we're out here for.
First shot of the day. Your turn. Gonna reload.
I'll, yeah, sure thing. He's gonna aim the block at corner target.
Or the furthest
Shoot
target.
the little... Yeah.
Fair enough.
Not incredible.
It is also a snowstorm right now, so keep in mind that will affect your misfire score. I think it's only a 1 or a 2. It's a 1 normally with the flintlock, and in inclement weather we made it a 1 or a 2, if I remember correctly.
Yep. It'd be 1 or 2.
Close. Real close. So she's kind of like reloading, but looks up at you as you ready yourself to fire. You raise your flintlock pistol, kind of taking aim at the target, trusting your instincts as much as you can too, because you know these things don't always fly perfectly straight or aim as good as you'd want them to. But you kind of take aim, pull the trigger, and fire. The resounding crack echoes through the courtyard here, and you watch as the not quite center of the target, it's kind of up and to the right a little. It would probably be like a collarbone, shoulder type area. You see a piece of the rope target just kind of burst as the small musket ball makes its way into the fiber. Okay, well, I guess you've been practicing more than I have.
I do shoot this thing every single day, yes.
Good. She raises hers again as she's finished loading at this point and fires. Okay, it's a 13 total. This time as she kind of takes aim, you can tell she's aiming for the much closer target. It's only about 15 to 20 feet-ish away. She pulls the trigger, the gun kind of kicks back into her shoulder, but you watch as like the edge of the target, just enough for it to count as a hit, kind of bursts off, and you see some of the strands of the rope kind of burst as she does so.
Oh, there you go.
I hit it! Never done that before.
You know, I'm thinking if we can find someone to get us a blunderbuss.
What's that?
You would be quite the home protection.
If you get your hands on one, bring it by, and I will happily train to use it. She starts reloading another shot, and you gather she's ready to spend like at least an hour out here practicing over the course of the next little bit. How long are you planning on spending out there?
Dusty then thinks to himself how much worse the kick would be on a blunderbuss and goes, maybe we stick with the rifle. He'll probably stay out here for like an hour.
Okay, so the two of you kind of just trade back shots.
So much ammo.
Forth. Yeah, that's true. The two of you trade shots
every time.
Back and forth as needed throughout the day, and you see like a marked improvement on her. She starts at the edge of the target and kind of begins working her way a little closer to center, then kind of gets a decent cluster of shots all in the same spot. Every now and again, like the kickback just kind of gets away from her and her aim goes off ever so slightly. And she hits the wall behind the targets, but for the most part, you're seeing a pretty consistent range of improvement from her.
There we go. That was pretty good.
Does it always hurt that much, or does it get easier?
Well, you get used to it.
I'll take your word for it.
Well, as you can see, I'm not, I got these noodles, so...
Oh... All right.
It's an adjustment. Yeah.
That's enough for me. She makes her kind of you, the two of you, head back inside, kind of talking amongst yourselves. She sees the rest of you still gathered in the area and just So, what's next? I assume you've all found more work to do?
I believe we gotta go back to the lumber mill.
Oh.
Yep.
Olga's like,
Yes,
you
that
go...
seems like...
Oh, go ahead. Okay. Olga's like, you go back? Oh, say hi to everyone for me. Tell them I'm very happy.
Alright,
Also
I was
tell
gonna
them
ask
that...
if you were...
Tell them that Bob is no longer with us, neither is Sarka or Gunther. Very sad.
Yeah. I was gonna ask if you were coming back, but it seems like you're pretty content here, so...
I think I'm good. Olga comfortable. Olga have person to sleep next to every night. Ashland's like,
That's
yeah,
fair.
you know, while they're not here, there are some other rooms open if you're interested. And she's like, no, Olga good. They both just kind of smile lightheartedly at each other at that.
Carl's eyes are just going, do.
As you're just enjoying your breakfast stew and bacon. Love it. Very sad. Olga, very sad. Ryan, I had to practice that fucking accent for like 2
You're
weeks.
nailing it, and the mannerisms too.
It's the speaking in third person. It helps. Stuart, I love you.
She's ADHD come to life.
Mhm.
I'm uncertain if you guys have any preparations that you're planning out here, but I'm ready whenever, I suppose.
Same here.
Yes. Actually, perhaps I can finish the handle when we're at the mill. It might be easier to do with the lumber
Fair
town.
enough.
They'd have the things there, sure.
Okay.
Yes, good way to meet the locals as well.
Are you gonna be gone long? Or are you expecting to be back
Potentially.
within the fortnight?
Well, if the last trip we took is any indication, it'd be that same amount of time or longer. And that's if we don't die.
Yes.
Oh.
Right.
We'll try not to do that.
Stares at
Sure.
me, Carl.
Safe travels. Don't get sick again. I heard about that. Next time you might not have such a strong strapping woman to carry you all the way back here.
Right, of course.
We do have some safeguards against that this time, thankfully.
Oh, good. Good, you prepared ahead of time. That's smart.
Thank you, you drunk bastard. I love you.
Olga's like, who are you talking to? Mr. Bear?
Of course.
I mean, one of us could always try. Like, I can pray to the drunk god again. God of booze. I can keep praying to him. I don't know if anything will come of it. It worked out last time.
Well, it's good to have it in the back pocket just in case. Drunk god. Emergency line.
Oh, also, Fight Coral, your axe is, and he'll pull just the head of it out of his bag of holding. Rather incomplete. I made a couple of mistakes while finishing the handle. However, I'm going to finish it there, but take this in the meantime, and he'll pull out his Yikulwa and give it to use.
Oh, cool. All right, sure. I'll be real. I'll put it like kind of in the belt of the jacket. I'm kind of getting a little more feeling with the claws lately, so it's no rush on it, honestly. If things take another turn, I'm feeling things with nature. Hi. No, not okay. Sure, I'm working on it.
How about you, Olga? You got a spare axe? I know you have at least one.
Oh,
You got
Olga,
spares in there?
Olga have many. You want to borrow axe?
That's not a bad idea.
Olga lend you axe if you want, if you need.
You know,
So you don't lose the feel
But you
of the
can
axe.
turn into Mr. Bear. You don't need
You
axe.
can.
right, of course. Mr.
Turned
Bear.
into Mr. Bear?
Oh,
see-
did he now?
He did. Turned into Mr. Bear God.
Yeah.
The Bear God
We
spoke
told you.
through the gray man. Olga
We
was
told
there
you.
to listen. Very
And what
impressive.
did he say?
Olga,
As I just
forget.
Look at Vite Carl.
Olga forgets, huh?
Olga,
That's
forget.
probably good. That's
Olga,
probably,
forget.
you know.
But waiting for next time.
Sure, right. Hard to remember something of such deity type level. It'll block your mind out. It'll make you go mad if you think about it too much. I'm just looking over at Dusty and Xechas the whole time saying this.
Olga was very busy looking for stick.
Are you sure it's not possible that he could just appear in any gray person?
I think he appeared at random and chose the gray man.
I'm so honored.
Sure, yes.
You should be. It's a gift.
Sure.
Olga jealous.
Yeah. But he just said nice things, right?
Olga, forget.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm so glad you could remember that he did that, but nothing. What about he said? It's very incriminating, but it sounded fun.
He was friendly. Olga
good.
Olga think was friendly.
See, friendly, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, the gray man take axe and she just swings it and like embeds it into the table like gonk right in front of him.
Zales just takes out his whisper jar, whispers something into it, puts it back.
Dusty leans over to Xechas. Bet the fucking bear was only friendly because it wasn't another Goliath.
The bear was him.
I know. That's what I mean.
Also, I'd like to picture your whisper jar has like an extendable hose tube from your bag. You can like pull it out and talk into it.
He's got like the fucking cup phone.
Literally. That's basically what it is.
By the way, what I said into it was incriminating.
Perfect. So as you guys prepare for your next day's journey and get ready to make your way back to the Laravos Lake Lumber Company and the small town in which is built around it, we will take our break for today because we're about an hour 40 in. So we will be back in 10 minutes, everybody. We're going to run an ad, so if you need to step away, take a pee, hide from the Big Daddy Bezos. We understand. We do not judge. We will see you guys in about 10. Don't go nowhere, and we'll catch you soon. Bye. We're back. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Hope you had a good break. I know I did. I wolfed down a sandwich as fast as humanly fucking possible. It was delicious. Thank God for that.
2-bite sandwich.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, she's small till 7th level.
Okay, exactly. So for now, still fits in the bag more or less. She's just getting a little bigger, just growing ever so slightly as time goes on. But I believe it's time to get right back into it. So when we last left off, the party had, of course, decided their next destination would be Laravos Lake, where the lumber company and the town surrounding it are patiently waiting your return so you can help them with the ever-growing threat that seems to be emanating and originating from the lake on which their lumber mill is built. So, I believe the party is heading right out of town. Yeah, what's up?
When we buy the tents, can I also buy like a bunch of blankets, like fucking 6 blankets?
Sure, yeah. Just
Sick.
look right up on the general gear table or whatever and just
They're
spend
half
your
a
money
gold,
as you
I'll
need.
Subtract 3. Yeah.
Perfect. That's all good. As you guys are making your way out of the home, what's up, Bavarian? Welcome in. You open your door and you find a box, a sealed box, just waiting on the front stoop with the TTC, the Treadhill Trading Co. company's like iron stamped, like burned onto the lid. It appears to be a very small, simple wooden crate.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. It is currently closed, and you're all just looking at it.
Give it a little kick. Does it sound like there's
It's heavy.
interesting things inside?
You hit it, and you hear the jingle of coins on the inside, and it is quite heavy.
Yeah, I go right over to it and open it.
Okay, as you open it, it explodes, and you... No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. You
What a way to
open it,
go!
And you see a number of stacks of gold coins, topped with a couple platinum pieces. I'd say there's about 100 gold worth of platinum, and then approximately another 150 gold pieces altogether. And you see just a piece of paper with the mayor's handwriting on it, and it just says, "For services well rendered on behalf of the Trud Hill Trading Co. Company. Thank you for your service." Signed, the mayor. Whose name I have right here. I should know that. Mayor Thorin Glem, I believe. Nope, Dennis Duster. My bad. There's lots of TH names here.
Amazing.
Welcome in.
Oh, okay.
Welcome in. Hello.
So altogether,
Ah,
about
baby.
250 pieces of gold altogether, 100 of which is in the form of 10 platinum pieces.
Oh. We just you gotta divvy this up somehow.
Yes,
Us.
both of you take 85, I take 80.
Wes.
Probably.
Heart.
Okay.
Whoop.
How much am I taking?
85.
You leaving any behind for your employees?
I was just about to ask that.
Yes.
You two are a bad influence on me. I never would have asked this question a year ago, but do we give like a stipend to somebody in Ashlyn? Olga?
Yes, definitely, I think. Should we each take back perhaps 5 gold of that and give her 15? It should be more than enough to get through at least 2 weeks while we're gone.
Sure.
I'm gonna
Sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and just give another. You know what? I'll give 20 gold. Y'all each give 5. We'll give them 30.
I mean, sure. If you'd like to do that this time.
Yeah, I'm thinking ahead of like something
Yeah, if there's
happens.
anything.
They could possibly like get word to them. Maybe one of us goes into a coma again. You know, maybe they can send other people or get a hold of Gustav if he comes back. Just thinking like that. Having more money will be useful for him.
Fair enough.
Good
And as
idea.
you know, there is a weekly cost to just running the house and the business and everything. Buying food for the larders and everything.
True, she could cover that with that.
Oh, yeah. No, I think right now your weekly expenses is like maybe 5 gold per week.
Ah, perfect.
So 30 is enough, and then a little bit that they can take a little personal money for themselves as
Exactly.
well.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so Ashlyn kind of accepts it. She's, well, it's a lot, but if you're expecting to be gone a long time, I'm sure it'll come in handy.
It's
Please.
mostly just in case.
Please do return safe.
Uh,
Quite
we will.
comfortable here, but be ashamed to lose my employers.
Also, please take some of that for yourself as well.
Oh, I plan to.
Good.
I will give it my best effort to come back alive after all. Got to make sure you're staying on top of your gun practice.
I'm hoping to be much better by the time you return. Hi, Chowder. I see you. I hear you, sweet boy.
And I mean, I'd promise not dying, but you saw me when I came back here last time. So, you know, empty promises and all that.
I mean, to be fair, you weren't dead.
To be fair, I wasn't dead. You're right.
Not even close.
I'm bulletproof.
I wouldn't say that.
Nah, me neither.
No, let's also not test that.
Yeah, no,
look at
don't
Dusty.
worry. Not even a little bit.
Well, safe travels. Come back soon. I'll have the place in as good shape as I left it. There's been a couple people in town who have just, been asking if your services are for hire for the locals as well. So something to consider. It sounds like some people might need some work done. There's a very nice little old lady who said she met you, Xechas, the other day during the storm.
Yes.
She needs someone to help her hunt for food, as her husband used to handle that. So she's willing to pay for any meat and game you bring by the house. I believe there's a few other people looking for contractors as well. So something to keep an eye out for.
Here, I believe I have an empty notebook. Perhaps use it as like a guest repository. They can write down their information if there's any requests they have.
Bold of you to assume most of the people living in that town can write, but they can at least say it to me and I'll put it in there.
Yes, that's
So I'm
fantastic.
taking appointments now too. Sounds good. What'd you guys do without me? I'm indispensable.
We would
Oh,
be
by the way,
absolutely-
here's money.
Money!
We're-
Yeah, sure.
We should have led with that, probably.
We did lead with that, don't worry.
I already
Oh.
took the money. It's fine.
I suppose
Here's
once
nothing.
once we handle this, however long it's gonna take, by the time we get back, probably go out hunting, bag a couple, take them to the old lady. Before we take any other serious work, we should probably handle the forest business if the company hasn't already. The creatures
Yes.
from the Feywild.
Right.
Yeah,
Let
one
them
disaster
run
after
around.
another with you guys, eh?
Ah,
Yes.
Hmm.
yeah. I'm getting
At
too
least-
old for this.
At least try to be safe.
We will. We promise to try. That I can promise that one.
Good.
I feel good about that one.
Well, happy travels. And she kind of makes her way into the kitchen and begins cleaning up the remnants of the breakfast you all had and everything. Olga's kind of just finishing her meal at this point, kind of relaxing. Be safe. Say hello to everyone from Olga, please.
Yes, we'll do. I'm sure they miss you terribly.
I miss them, though most of the people I care about came with us and died on the way. But I miss them just the same.
Talk about
Mr.
one disaster
Leaf.
after another.
Just awkwardly turns and leaves.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's what I do.
Doesn't know what to fucking say.
Yeah.
I'm just. Bye.
Oh,
Goodbye.
and take good care of Axe. That is Olga's favorite Axe.
Oh, of course. Right. Yes. I gotcha. I'm
He
like
just
looking
looks.
down at it. It's just like the last thing she owns that she.
I know.
It's the last thing in her life.
He just looks at
I thought she
Carl.
said she had many axes that she liked.
I have
Oh,
many,
good,
but
okay.
that is biggest and favorite.
Oh.
That poor axe is never coming back.
Oh, yes. Don't be silly.
Well, just take good care of it. You hear echoing as you guys kind of leave your house and make your way out the front entrance and close the doors behind you. Eventually heading down the path to the main road towards Fort Mistmere. For the sake of brevity, we'll just have you guys, we'll just like glaze over you guys picking up your new camping supplies because it's just a matter of buying tents at the general store. So you pick up some tents and a number of blankets on your way out of town, and you begin devising your plan to return to Laravos Lake. Answer me, or
I
quick
give each of
question.
you 2 of those blankets.
Aw,
Hell yeah.
Love that.
fuzzy.
When you're wrapped in it, you have advantage on saving throws against extreme cold.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the thing I want to turn.
So
off
I'm gonna
there. Bundle up in all the
blanket
blankets and
travel,
everything.
baby.
Blanket
Cozy.
travel. It is cold, and the snow is still actively falling. Just all day at this point. There's already a pretty steady or pretty fairly deep coating, kind of filling the road and the surrounding grasslands that normally exist there. You see the trees on your right just covered with snow and ice as you begin trudging your way down the main road to Fort Mismere. You stop in town, grab your tents. All I need to know is what route are we planning to take? You know, it's about a moving at normal speed, not running most of the way. Probably a 3 or 4 day journey on foot. It was about 2 days by boat when you took the riverway. And you know Olga basically ran here the whole way with Vikarl on her back, so you made some good time on the way. So walking normal speed, you're probably looking at 3 days of travel on foot, maybe 4, depending on the weather. Up to you guys how you want to do it.
Well, what do you reckon the company lets us use a boat?
I reckon the answer's pretty good. It was quite quick last time.
And now that we know that there's big bad nasties in the water, I feel actually a little better about doing the water. It's, you know, the evil that you know of kind of stuff, I guess. Better
True.
the evil you know,
And we may get a little bit of insight while we're traveling. We may get in a fight with those same things again, however.
And
Yeah,
I'll be real. It's been fun kind of getting oceany lately. I kind of like the idea.
I can also get us horses, maybe?
Oh, yeah, that's
think
a
that'd
thing.
be a little quicker?
That is a possibility as well.
Not a bad idea as well.
Though,
Just
based on your knowledge of the woods, I'd say even with horses, you'd be moving at a steady pace. There's not really any clear road or path through the forest there, so it might be a little more difficult travel for the horses per se. Still doable though. You're probably looking at about 2 days of full travel, maybe 3.5 or 3.
the horses would just make it easier. Obviously, we'd possibly have to deal with the Fae again going through the woods, or deal with the drowned creatures again going through the water.
Seems like we're in a bit of a choose your poison situation.
Right.
I'm gonna be much better at steering that boat than anything.
This
And-
is true.
I've been feeling a lot better about being in the water. I mean, Duster, you saw what I kind of turned into, a tentacle monster. Could be
You mentioned
useful.
that, yes.
Yeah, my
turned
sleep
into a
paralysis
tentacle
demon. Yep.
Right. It could honestly turn a tide in an aquatic battle.
I've learned a few tricks as well that could be helpful. I mean, in any situation, but especially this.
Let's see.
Yeah. You know what? I'll get a boat. Well, I'll go
Yeah.
ask him.
Let's do it.
Okay. You know, there's the company. You also know there are places along the docks that you can rent boats and ships as needed. Not a large
Yeah, I
number
would
of them,
like-
but most fishermen are willing to take more than they would probably earn from a single day's catch and not go out on the water. So,
I would like to use my It's a Rental.
yeah, your acquisitions incorporated feature. Refresh my
Yeah.
memory on that real quick, just so
At
I
rank 1,
remember.
at the start of any mission, you can requisition a secondhand draft horse and cart, riding horses, passage on a ship or ferry, or similar transportation.
Okay.
And
So-
any damage or losses to the equipment is expected to be paid back.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so in that case, you would probably go right to the company, as they obviously handle a lot of the contract
This is
work.
company business.
This is company business. So you make your way over to the mayor's office and kind of quickly meet with the secretary there. It appears that he is currently out of the office for the day, but without any argument whatsoever, you kind of flex your status as a known company and your goodwill with the TTC up to this point, and are given a very familiar looking rowboat, the same one you would have made your way out. Suck. The same one you would have made your way out on previously.
F suck. I need a boat.
I am suck. Give me boat.
Turns out if you just suck, you get something.
All right. I'll be real. I was kind of talking a big game, but now that I'm looking at the boat, little bit of drama, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Whoop, whoop. Get it, I'm gonna grab one of the oars. I'm gonna grab both of them to begin with, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Dusty is your pilot currently, so it would be him guiding the ship. It does have a rudder, so we'll say you're steering while Vite provides the muscle necessary to just propel this vehicle. You are still functionally driving it. So, you make your way over to the docks, find yourself in a very familiar boat, and kind of set yourself up for the journey ahead. You pack up all your gear, make sure you're well packed and ready to go, and then I saw that land right on your head.
Dude, what the I'm being assaulted
And
by a
as
fly.
everyone gets into the boat, you quickly
It's
push
Vern,
it.
the pedophile fly.
Oh no! You quickly push it. I hate that. You quickly push it immediately into the
I'm
water.
too old for you.
Kind of slides. It slides easily down the rocky and mossy shore to the somewhat frigid waters of Rook's Bay, and I am going to need either an individual check from both of you, or Dusty, you can roll with advantage. That's your choice. But Vicaro will be using strength, or I'd say athletics, to propel the boat, and then you would be using land vehicles with dexterity as your bonus.
Check
You go
vehicle
to it,
check.
baby.
Actually, I'll say both of you do separate rolls, just because one of you is actively rowing and one
I'm
is
gonna
piloting.
give guidance to Vite Carl for
Okay.
strength.
God love you, because I have disadvantage. Frank you, Corey. Whoop, strength. Whoop. Okay. Hey!
Oh, damn.
And then with
Okay.
the D4. Whoop.
Also,
Shit, yeah, 21.
oh, the weather
3.
check is all claimed for this session. Damn. Gonna weather check my. You got a total of 3? Wait, how? It did not show up. Oh,
Me?
Said 20.
no, I
Oh.
got a 22, a 20, and a 1 on a D4. Oh, okay, so 23 total. Perfect. With the natural 20 as well. As Dusty kind of pushes the boat down the rocky shore, climbs into the back to steer from the rudder, you take the opportunity to just push the oars into the water, pull back as hard as you can, and immediately the two of you, who are not quite expecting the zeal with which Vite Carl was about to row this boat, are kind of taken aback by the speed at which he pushes out to water. You're just rowing and trying to push through the waves before they break on top of your boat. It feels a little choppy at first as you're leaving the shoreline, but as the waters thin out, it is still a snowy day, but it's not as windy as it was, so the waves are small and quite manageable. You push the oars into the waters and row, and eventually find yourself approaching the opposite shore of Rook's Bay, along the same mouth of the river, which you guys would have traveled up previously. You kind of navigate the rougher seas and the current of the river, pushing up the water as best you can. It's deep enough you're able to do so, but it is quite a challenging row, as there's kind of these areas of rocks that have kind of collected and risen a little bit. So I'm going to need one more check from Dusty alone, as this is not a matter of strength as much as it is a matter of just steering around any large rocks or debris that may potentially damage your boat.
All
Am I
right.
able to give him guidance for this?
Sure. Now that you actually
Bless.
have
I'm gonna use the advantage I got from zombie.
Nice.
Boom. Plus a D4.
it. Okay.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay, so a total of 24. You very expertly. It's like you weren't super familiar with boats a couple weeks ago, but the more time you've spent on them, the more comfortable you've grown. You kind of got accustomed to the way this particular water feels. Like this bay itself has a bit of a unique kind of,
Dusty
tide.
don't want to get wet.
Yeah, you're trying to avoid the water, but you're used to kind of navigating the tides as they ebb and flow in this bay, and you've managed to weave through the larger bits of debris. Occasionally you feel the boat scraping against one of the more gravelly or pebbly shores, but there's no damage to your boat whatsoever, and you quite deftly maneuver your way upstream. At this point, it is very difficult rowing, but it is a fairly slow-moving river at this point. So you're able to just continue rowing upstream. How long are you trying to travel for, I guess, would be my main question, because it will start to take a bit of a process of wearing down Vite Carl the longer he just continuously rows this boat across the water.
Is it a river of any kind? Like, does it have a moving current?
Yep, it's fairly slow moving, but you are rowing against the current the entire way.
Oh shit.
You guys remember you did stop on this little island out here, which is more or less just like a gravel bar at this point, to camp out, but the tides are low enough that you have quite a bit of room there as well, but it is a ways up the river a little bit.
With Natural Explorer, difficult terrain wouldn't slow our travel, and we can't get lost. Would that get us any further?
Is that only in forests?
It would be for my forest environment, I think.
Yeah, so you guys are in the grasslands that this river is
Okay.
currently cutting through, so that wouldn't qualify.
Hope I could edge forest out there, but
Good
yeah.
try. Good try.
Damn.
You do see the
probably
forest
just go until Vicar
on your
gets
right.
exhausted.
Okay. So after 8 hours, what feels like, I will say 6. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw, Bite Carl, as you're just putting your body through the absolute rigor of maintaining this. I'll say with advantage because you got a nat 20 on your original check as well.
God love. 21.
14's pretty good anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
With a 21, at about the probably 5-6 hour mark, you feel your shoulders and arms kind of burning. You kind of just shuffle them and adjust as needed, and you feel the kind of tension work away. You take a minute to stretch and then immediately continue rowing and find you are making your way up the river fairly easily until you kind of come up to this very familiar gravel bar around about the 8 hour mark, and you see the remnants of your campsite from just under a week ago, I believe, would have been when you guys passed through here. Give or take. About a week, maybe a little more.
Something like that, yeah.
Ago.
I know you guys ran all the way from the lumber mill, so that was like 2.5 days of travel.
I also remember Dusty rolling a nat 1 on his survival to make this to find this particular
Right.
campsite.
Yes. I mean, you wouldn't remember him rolling a nat 1. You remember him pointing out this campsite and it working. Yep. Pretty good.
Yep.
Hey.
So you do recall camping here. There's even remnants of the campfire still, just like left there. The little pile of rocks you made of the circle around it and the charred remains of whatever you burned there.
Look! Pre-made! Whoop. Should we just stop there again?
Perhaps my only thing is knowing what we know now, that things can come out of the water at any moment.
Oh,
It's a little
right.
close.
Yes.
That and the people that were kind of in the forest over by, or toward Arrington.
Oh, yes.
We still never figured that out, so maybe we,
Oh, they were down.
Push.
They were in the forest of Avanar. That
Oh,
was
they
the
were here.
that was the army you heard walking was the unit that was sent to the lumber mill.
Oh, I meant the people that were, like, creeping about.
Oh yeah, they had
It was
scouts. I
random.
remember.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe we go a little
I can push on.
further.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I can push on.
Okay, we're gonna push past the full day of travel mark in the boat. Okay. So are you still rowing this entire time?
Yes.
Or are you passing? No, you're very prideful. You're gonna do it all yourself. Roll me another con save. As you kind of pass that 8 hour mark, you realize you haven't found a comfortable place to camp. You're a little more hesitant to camp around the water after your experiences last time, and you just grit your teeth and dig your feet in and just keep rowing. Your hands at this point are blistered and bloody. You are not really used to doing this much labor with your hands.
Whoop, whoop. Let's go. Straight check.
Oh, the heartburn's real.
Okay. 16.
That was a con save, but with a
Oh.
plus. It's the same with your con save anyway. It's +2.
It is too, yeah.
So you do not take any exhaustion, but you gather every extra hour of travel you go at this point, you'll have an increased chance of doing so. You start to feel the burn and the tiredness seeping into your bones, and while you are prideful in handling it all by yourself at this time, you feel very much that like you would like to find a campsite pretty soon, or this would start to get some real wear and tear on your body. But you travel up.
I don't need to go much further. Just need to find a good
Sure.
spot.
You kind of
Good,
travel
okay,
up
yeah.
past the island, just around this little bend here, and kind of see this large kind of plain out to the south of you with this small little river kind of snaking through it, like a creek that looks too small for anything to even have hid in capably, so you gather it's probably a little safer to camp next to that. So eventually you just pull the boat over onto the somewhat rocky shore and pull it up out of the water and pick a campsite, any campsite really at this point.
Yeah, I'll look around for a suitable one.
Roll me a survival check.
Beautiful.
I'll give you le guidance.
Le guidance.
Oh, guidance.
Giddens. Good giddens.
Well,
Good gittins.
D4, 16.
Okay. Easily done. Kind of towards the middle here, there's like a little bit of a hill that is the small creek is kind of meandering around, that you're able to camp on the other side of, kind of putting it between you and the worst of the wind. You are still more or less out in the open here. It is kind of just an open plain, but you find this like little raise of hill barely to camp behind, and that does cut down most of the trouble. You all take some time to set up your tents. At this point, I know you all have magical means to start a fire, so there's no check required for that. It's more a matter of finding wood, but there is a nearby forest, so pretty capable of doing that as well. You all get a nice fire going and kind of all sit around as the wind just kind of lightly blows across this this open field, kind of kicking little snow drifts up occasionally from time to time. The fire just kind of crackles slowly.
All right. Well, as we're sitting around, I'm going to sit there for a moment. Let me see what I gotta do. Okay. Dusty sits down, and the like red glow of the hunter's mark that would normally appear when he uses it, he says something in Draconic, and then both of his eyes start glowing, and he closes them. So it's just like this faint, like red light between his eye, or like the squinting. And I'm gonna use a spell slot to cast Primeval Awareness. So, and I am trying to sense any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fays, fiends, or undead within a mile.
Woof.
You sense a Xechas about 3 feet from you.
Yeah.
You knew that.
I do not learn the exact number or location, just that they are within a mile.
Do you know what type as well? Like, do you different? We'll say differentiate, like undead, celestial, anything like that. So you immediately pick up on Xechas, of course, and as you kind of probe around as much as possible, you don't sense anything further. It seems like a fairly calm night here. Just you and the winter winds.
All right, well, we should be all right for the night. Do our usual defensive setup.
Sounds good.
Okay. So who's
Definitely
taking
take
first
shifts
watch?
tonight for sure.
I'm gonna cast alarm around our camp.
Okay.
Oh, good. Thank you. I'll take first watch. I don't mind.
Sure
and,
enough.
I can take the rest of watch.
Sounds good. So a perception check from you, please, Vite
Whoop whoop.
And
For those
Swiss.
4 hours.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to use Kayla's advantage, mostly because I'm going to forget if I don't. Hup! Yes! Nat 20!
Okay.
Oh, love you, Kayla! Mwah!
You sit there, again, just kind of watching, searching around, scanning around as much as you can. But, don't see or hear anything that really stands out. You focus your attention on two things, of course, the river and looking for any creatures that might come out of it, as they have recently in the past, and looking for any scouts on the horizon from Port Arrington. And occasionally you do hear like the snapping of a twig that could be attributed to a large animal or something like that, but you don't see anything out here that appears to be anything suspicious at this point.
Good. Good. Don't that. Good.
The rest of your watch passes without incident.
Good. I'm gonna go wake up Xechas now. How's that? Okay.
Has it been 4 hours already?
It's been
As
4
you're
tense
approaching.
white knuckle hours. I didn't unclench this fist.
Alice's true malice will empower you even during a dragon's palace. There you go.
Nice.
Who is the inspiration going to, Capsule? So Xechas, your next watch, go ahead and roll me a perception check, please.
Soil. Good thing I have alarm.
Yeah. You don't hear anything else. Your watch passes without any further incident.
Sure.
As you sit there, something might be happening. You're just, not able to hear it. As you sit there waiting and watching throughout the evening, Alice chooses. There you go. Alice, choose who you want to have that inspirations. You guys finish your evening's rest. You all awaken after having completed it, so you can all hit the long rest button. And it seems like a fairly uneventful night. The storm has the snowing has continued overnight, so there's already like a little bit of a coating on your tents as well, but it seems still fairly calm. There you go, Dusty. You have a D10 advantage.
Let's go! Thank you.
Well, not a D10
Thank you.
advantage. You know what I mean. A D10 inspirations.
Yeah.
So, how do you all start the day? What's the plan?
Right back to rowing, I suppose.
I think in the morning, Dusty would get up and start cooking a small breakfast using the mess kit.
Oh,
Give it a
lovely.
try.
Yes, you deserve a good breakfast fight, Coral. You rode like a champ yesterday.
Thank you. I'm trying to build the upper muscle. Gotta get that axe swing better. Whoop. Pick up Olga's axe and just kind of.
At this point, I should probably start working out. He's stirring a pot of just soup, I
Your
guess.
arm, yeah, I mean, it's basically like reheated broth that was packed for you. But yeah, you guys managed to have yourselves a fine little breakfast, pack up your camp in due time.
Physiologically incapable of building muscle.
Facts.
Well,
Facts indeed.
Medical journal somewhere.
I guess you don't need it when you can shoot things like us.
Very true.
True. I'm really starting to enjoy the more primal side of me, I'm finding.
Oh, I was gonna mention, if ever you wanna what's the word? Practice, train. I do need to keep up with my melee skills, so he's gonna out the claws. We can work on it.
Oh, I didn't even think. I think part of me thought it might be kind of presumptuous to be like, animal battle, but insensitive. I'm trying to be better. Yeah.
Almost not an animal fight, just, we both have claws, it'd be fair.
It would be very physical melee fight, but with claws. Ooh, very exciting. Going through all the animals in my head that I can turn into. Not that one. Octopus type? No claws.
Listen,
We'll figure
just
this one out.
Whatever you do, whatever you turn into, don't absolutely pummel the shit out of me. Would be
Of
preferred.
Of course. No hulking out in the nature form. No, okay, sure. I'm kind of figuring out my whole nature thing, and I'm getting better at it. But, right, yes, just the bare minimum. Gotcha. Bare minimum! Ha ha ha! I'm getting funnier.
It's a good play on words, yes.
That's awful. I hate it. Everything about it. Okay. So, as you guys get packed up, make your way back to your boat. I will need strength check or athletics from Vite Carl and driving from Dusty. Same deal. Using your dex and proficiency with land vehicles.
I'm
Damn!
giving guidance to Vite
Sorry,
Carl
that
again.
one was.
You need the nipple rub emote. I love it. Guidance to Vite Carl. Okay.
Water
And-
vehicles!
Oh, it was a 4.
All right.
24.
Easily done. So at this point, the current's still not overly strong. It's a fairly wide river, and it doesn't really run all that fast. You continue rowing your way up the shore, and about 2 hours, kind of just as you're coming around this bend and the small creek splits off into the mainland, you notice like a mass of something kind of stuck up on the shore. It looks like a bundle of perhaps debris, some fishing netting, and it's all just clustered together, and you see what appears to be a not moving figure. Just someone stuck up in the nets somehow, just kind of bundled up in all of it, not moving. You kind of rowing past, and you can see it is very clearly just appears to be a person, somewhat portly gentleman.
All
Have
right,
they been
that's
afflicted with the blue rot?
You're not close enough to tell. You'll have to go inspect it.
that's a thing for sure.
Not
I
a
know
very
how
good
you both
sign.
get. I know how you both get. Do we go? Do we stop?
You're gonna be rowing past it one way or another, really. It's up to y'all how you want to handle it.
I'll be real. I'm pretty confident I can do what our drunk savior did and kind of shim all that away from them.
I am more concerned with getting roped into another long-winded thing to take care of or another world-ending event before we've taken care of one world-ending event, if that makes sense.
Yes, let's
That's
try and
very
maintain a
true.
good distance from all of it. Just get past.
It's a pretty thin spot. You're literally gonna be rowing within a few feet of it.
And if they're alive, maybe quick stop, little, and then we go.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, it looks like a human trapped up in a bunch of netting. Like maybe they fell off a fishing boat and got washed up somewhere along the river.
I can... Alright, well... As we're rowing up, he's gonna say some draconic as he, touches his throat. And I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to increase the volume of my voice by 3 times as I holler over to the net. You alive over there?
Okay. You shout out as loud as you can at this individual, kind of making your way past, and you see a little bit of movement start appearing in the net as you see someone who has to turn their camera back on beginning to move and stir and kind of awaken.
Bro.
And you see this large, portly gentleman wearing... actually, you know what? Hell's Corp. Why don't I just let you describe what they're looking at? Everyone say hi to Hell's Corp, who's muted.
Shut up!
Fucker. You...
You're a lying liar, DM, and I want you to know that you're a lying liar.
Hello?
There you are. You beautiful soul,
Okay.
you.
Shit, sorry, my... hello.
Hello.
My name is Greg Johnson. I am 53 years old. You
Hi,
are looking
Greg.
at a man who is 5'10", wrapped up in a net. He has a striped polo shirt, a pair of dark gray cargo shorts, and very, very clearly has no idea how to get out of this net.
Oh,
That's a live person. We should probably help them.
My voice lasts for an entire minute, by the way, so I'm just talking normally. Well, it appears like he's alive.
I'm alive. I'm stuck. I don't know what this thing is, but it hurts.
it looks like it hurts.
At closer
know-
look, you can see it is a net, but there are fishing hooks kind of woven into it as well. And he's kind of just trapped up in it on the beach, unable to really move too much.
He leans in to whisper to Xechas, but still has thaumaturgy active. So as he whispers, he goes, "Hey, look! Would you look at that? They caught him a big one." It's just
I think you
loud
can
as
tell-
all fuck.
Just
I believe
screaming.
that you can end that whenever you so choose.
What? Ow!
Do you need? How do we help him?
Well,
If I knew, I wouldn't be in here.
sure. Let's just try this. I'm gonna try and stroke the boat over to the ball of nasty.
Easily
And
done. You
as
kind
soon
of
as I
just
get
push the
close-
boat up on
Cool.
near the shore next to it.
And I just jump out and just kind of run over to them and just get a good close look. Are any of the fishing hooks in this retired dad?
Couple of them. A couple look like they
Greg
might have pierced the
fucking
skin.
Johnson.
Greg Johnson.
It's like, so this is where my dad went all those years ago. Okay, sure. He was in this netball.
Oh my god.
Shit. Oh god. Oh, and that one's really in there. I think we might all need to just kind of very slowly, top to bottom, just start untangling him.
Upon closer inspection, you see he's not actually that trapped in there. It's like there's just like a wrap around, like none of the hooks are in him. There's just like wrapped around his foot, and like one hand is wrapped around. It seems like he just has no idea what he's doing.
What? This
Dusty's
was just
gonna-
in your pant leg, and wait a second.
Dusty's just gonna take a claw and just cut it through.
You see a.
Oh,
Oh, actually, while we're here, why don't you all take a minute to describe to Greg Johnson what he is looking at for characters, and then we'll wrap it up for the night.
Fucking Johnson, son of Randy Johnson.
yeah, Greg fucking Johnson with the shorts and the polo shirt, and I'm like, I this is everyone's retired dad.
I have art for it somewhere.
Just standing there, just kind of head in his palms right now, and giant gray-skinned Goliath with a very fuzzy, long white coat. Doesn't seem to care much about temperature of any kind, but he's got his one hand out at all times. He's always got his head back straight. Got a lot of pomp to him, but yeah, he's currently just okay. Yeah, just the one frickin' line, huh? Okay.
The only hook that is you thought was piercing him previously is just like put a little hole in the shirt and it's just kind of stuck in one of the folds.
He would
There's
see,
a
the
there's a
Dusty,
little
go
bit
ahead.
of net in one of the cargo pants.
Mhm. Dusty, go ahead.
he would see, because Dusty's hood's currently down, so he'd see a tabaxi. Looks kind of lynxish
Mhm.
with the way he looks, only more gray. He's got these like this gray overcoat underneath. It's like decent leather armor. Seems like he keeps care of it. He has a holster on one side and a fucking musket thrown over his shoulder. And he's currently just reaching up with a claw to cut at the rope.
Cutting at the ropes.
Hell yeah.
And Xechas.
And lastly, you see just kind of behind the other two, a very lithe, very, very pale, kind of tall looking half elf dude with a very fine leather jacket that has some glowing green sigils and runes in it. They're currently glowing. And he has a mechanical left hand.
Mhm.
Well,
Clickety clackety.
So as you all begin aiding Greg Johnson on his way out of the netting, realizing that not quite as much was holding him there as you originally thought. And before we really have a chance to get to know the character, you guys kind of fish him out of the fishing net. And as you are doing so, that is where we will wrap up the session for today. Everybody, Hell's Corp will be joining us next week as a very special guest, Greg Johnson. He had some free time tonight, and like, how do you feel about popping in at the end to give them the weakest, like the week-long cock tease of a lifetime? So next week, you can all enjoy running a game with Hell's Corp again for the first time since the finale of our last campaign. Everyone in chat, give a lot of love to Hell's Corp.
Yes.
He's toughing it out to be here with us tonight. We love you for being here. This has been talked about several times over the last several months, and I'm glad we could finally make it happen. So, couldn't be more stoked to have you. If y'all haven't already, click the link up there in the chat, wherever it is on the screen, and go show some love over there. Mr. Maker's stepdad. Straight up. That's why Mr. Maker had so many issues. Greg Johnson was not around. But
that one. That link.
That link. Thank you very much for pinning it. That will be it for today. So, while I find who to raid, I'll give you all a minute to say something about yourselves, your stream, whatever you want it to be. And we're going to start with Hell's Corp today. Why don't you tell the people a little bit about yourself?
I've been chilling. I'm sick. Been playing a lot of Balatro recently.
Which one's that?
That's all I got.
I mean, you were streaming the other day, weren't you?
Yeah, I played some Phantom Pain. It's pretty fun, but it's not very consistent. I did meet Fire Daddy. It's just not been super consistent because I've been pretty fucking sick. I'm trying to get back into it. Soon I'm gonna be doing Resident Evil 7 and 8.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome, dude. I can't wait for that. So everyone, go show some love to Hell's Corp, please, and thank you. Next up, Ryan, tell us about yourself. What you got going on?
Oh, just the same old, hanging out tomorrow night. DGen hours, come on by. And end of the week, or end of the month, we're doing Pride Week. So get excited for it. Red Day, Orange Day, Yellow Day, fucking gay. Hell yeah.
Love that. I can't wait to participate in Orange Day. Is Star Kitty streaming tonight? Stormy? JT, what do you got going on?
A whole lot of nothing but being here on Mondays. Still working on the moving situation. Once that's done, internet situation, maybe I can get back to streaming. Who knows? Otherwise, just keep an eye on the music channel in both the Apothecary and Purple House. Hopefully, I will get a take of that song that I am okay with. Till then, bye!
Love that. And last but not least, Chris, any words of wisdom you'd like to leave us with tonight?
Yes, thank you for watching.
It's not even a joke.
It's been a good time, and
I love you, and I miss you.
I need a sound alert for Chris. All right, we're gonna raid out to Star Kitty, Stormy's lovely partner. It's been a long time coming. We're happy we can make it happen. Looks like they're playing, or she's playing, some Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I've been really wanting to try that game. It looks
really
so
good.
Really fucking sick. Quick thing before you go, y'all know the spiel. If you want to hang out in the Discord, feel free to swing in there. If you want to watch this episode again, it'll be on YouTube as of Friday evening. Feel free to swing by and show some love there. Last but not least, if you want to check out the lore for our world, it is all published on scabbard.com. I see you on top of the fridge, you little shit. Get down. Get down. Okay, he's not getting down.
That's a good
I'll deal with
announcement.
that. He knows.
He's
but yeah,
staring at you.
he is. He's literally like, you're not gonna get me because you're doing your outro. But
The
yeah,
last announcement was the most important. Stay off the fridge, you little shits.
go check out the lore if you want to, guys. And in the meantime, thank you for coming. We love every single one of you. You know how it is. Be good to each other. It's a crazy, crazy world at this point, and we all gotta do our job to make it better for everybody. So be sure to love each other. Be sure to love yourself, and we will see you next time. In the meantime, I have been Rusty. These have been my friends, and you all have been awesome. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, I'm Rusty Tonics. Thank you again for coming by the stream or checking this video out on YouTube. It means a lot to us over here at the Apothecary, and it's always a pleasure to share our D&D games with all of you. If you're interested in catching them live, you can see us every Monday at 6 o'clock Eastern on Twitch, or every Friday after the stream comes out on YouTube on demand. Feel free to check it out, drop a follow, drop the subscription, or whatever you want to hit that subscribe button so you can be notified whenever our videos are coming out. And yeah, I hope you all have a good day. Keep being good to each other, and I'll see you next time.